Oh, hi.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I am good. Can you believe it? Episode 2.
We are doing it.
We are totally crushing it.
So, you know how it's October?
It is October, yeah. How?
After October,
How?
well, yes, how? I am not sure. But you know how after October it's November.
Mm-hmm.
We all know what that means for email marketers, right?
We do. We do. Black Friday and Cyber Week.
It
It is.
is.
It is a big one.
It's coming. It's coming. Um,
And that's exactly what this episode will be about.
yeah.
We have got a little bit about how to get Black Friday ready. Oh, Super Critter is making noises.
Hey,
Hi,
Bramble,
Bramble.
come on then. Come. Say hi to everyone. If you're going to be noisy, come on. All
Oh,
right, here she is.
oh, prime
First,
play.
first super critter appearance.
First
Here
Super
we
Critter
go.
appearance. How exciting. Hello, Bramble. How are you today? She clearly wanted to join in, and she is black, so I think she's got something to say about Black
Black
Friday. I think
Friday. Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
yeah.
Um,
She's here for the extra support. Hey.
So we're going to talk a little bit about sort of general Black Friday getting readiness, and then we've got two new segments. One of them is big ups, where we
Yeah.
highlight a really good campaign or something somebody did that we saw, and then
Hmm.
we've got quick fire, which means quick fire thoughts around three sort of items that relate to, in this case, well, the topic in this case, Black Friday. So
Yeah.
shall we dive right in?
Let's dive in. Right. So it's episode
Excelente.
2. Let's get ready.
Whoop whoop.
So I think, well, this is us all, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? I think Black Friday brings people to their knees. In retail stores, I think marketing is really under pressure, and obviously things like fulfillment for e-commerce is really, really under pressure. Now we don't want. We need to break the habit of being like well, in this case, she's not called Brittany, but whoever knows this GIF is from Superstore on Netflix. And this is really accurate, don't you? Like it's super busy, it's overwhelming,
Yeah.
and we have a few tips to help you not be like that.
Yeah. So
Um,
we kind of want to talk about how to get ready, right? How to
mhm.
prepare.
And we ideally start now, like right now. Like if you haven't thought about it right now, stop the no, listen to the podcast. But the
Yeah.
next thing you do
Then
after
stop what
that,
you're doing.
um, you go ahead and just try and pull together as much as you can.
Yeah.
And for me, my top tip here is the 80-20 theory, the Pareto principle, which means 80% of your stuff will be pulled together in 20% of the time, and the last 20% take a lot longer because it's all the refinement. So
Yeah.
get out those big ideas and then
Hmm.
work on the refinement and don't panic. I think is my second sort of little tip. Don't panic.
I agree. And also, we say get ready now. To be honest, if you're watching this in October, really get ready now. But also, if you watch this in March, we know that Black Friday, Cyber Monday week,
Mhm.
and I'm sure in the future it'll be a month, but we know it's coming. Getting ready now and knowing the promotions you want to offer, if you can offer a promotion, and what channels you want to use, I think are really important and something you can consider at any point in the year, really.
Absolutely. And then also, Moret, this is a little bit of a trick question. If you could choose to run Black Friday, would you choose to run it A, only in store, B, online, or C, both?
Oh man, that is I mean, I'd go for both. I'd have to be
Hmm.
online in any case, but if I had physical stores, I'd make sure that I do something. Th- Certainly, it's interesting that you mentioned that, really, because we were going to talk about the channels that we use anyway, but offline is certainly a channel that comes into that equation. But even though we are a very new email marketing focused podcast, I think this is now the time to say email is not the only channel you should be using for your Black Friday campaigns.
We love email. It gives
email.
you the best ROI. We are ready to fight you on that any time of day.
Absolutely.
We're ready.
Yes.
But yeah, Marette and I are really passionate about the principle of inbound marketing, which has a multi-channel, and I'm just throwing all of the big words around, has a multi-channel sort of approach. And by multi-channel, Marette, what do we mean?
Multi-channel is just when you talk about digital marketing, people often tend to break out the different channels. We're talking, we're talking social, we're talking SEO, we're talking paid ads, so PPC or SEM, depending on where you're watching this. It is talking about email, obviously. It's talking about what you're doing on your website. And like you've just said, it also depends on what you can do offline, whether you have a brick and mortar store that you can run promotions in as well.
Exactly.
But really, if you just send one email out to say, oh, hi, we have a promotion, why aren't you shouting about that on social media? Why aren't you sharing it on your website? And why aren't you using ads to bring the channels together is what makes a strong campaign.
Exactly. And that's what we are wanting for all of us, that we use our channels really smartly. And obviously we're going to concentrate on email. This can apply to any other channel, because really your campaign idea should be everywhere. So when I was talking earlier about the big ideas that you're going to write up really quickly because they're the big part of it, you can run them in different fashions across the channels, and it gives you greater creativity as well.
And also running a multi-channel campaign will potentially really help you with your segmentation. So not only can you see where your contacts have come from, you can then use that to either offer something visually exactly in line with what people may have seen, or making sure that the words are completely the same. You might want to offer people through the website something other than people on social media. And then there's, of course, the whole, how else should we segment? So previous buyers, people who have only engaged once, or regular customers. There's so many ways in which you could think about this.
And you can even prepare for them now. So why not fill up your funnel now? And we're going to, I think, mention that later again as well. Think about how you can prepare your audiences, grow your newsletter now, to then use it in a few weeks once you have all your wonderful workflows running and your marketing plan is coming to fruition. Then the other thing I think that's really important is think about your offers, right? So get sign off on those, ensure that you know what you're offering, as Marette said, but also be really specific who these might apply to, because some offers will not be that interesting to some, but really, really pull really well with another group. So just be mindful of all of that and try and get to know them. And then there's one thing that will get them to open an email, and there's only one thing, is their subject lines.
Subject lines. It will be a tough time, like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Cyber Week. It is a fantastic time to be really creative, but people's inboxes will be full to the brim. So yes. Think about what you're saying. Don't just use an out of the box, pre-prepared template subject line. Actually think about what you're saying.
Absolutely. And personalize it as much as you can. Use merge tags, test merge tags, have backups if there is no name or something in your data. Check your data. Gosh, that should have been another line. Check your data.
Yeah.
and then use them smartly in your subject lines. And think of truncation as well on mobile devices.
That's a good shout.
First 3 words are the most important.
But overall, right?
Good is coming. I mean,
Good is coming.
gotta love Schitt's Creek. Just saying. It has to. Good is coming. It has to. So we've just already covered that preparation is key. Get prepared, and you won't need to look like an overwhelmed store worker. With
well, yeah, get prepared and get approval for campaigns now. Sarah and I talked about this earlier. It's all about, even if you can get the design approved and the wording might change in that final 20%. All of this, getting it done now, means that you don't need to have any last minute kind of panics. But then, Sarah, there is all those companies that are small businesses, local businesses, self-employed people who might not be able to run. They might not be able to afford to run a Black Friday campaign.
Correct, but that doesn't mean that you can't be creative about it. So there is Amazon Alternatives, and in the UK, which is where we're both based, we love an underdog. Shop Small is really big, and I know it's across the globe a really big movement. But you can do other things. You could, for example, donate something to charity. If you can't lower your prices, maybe make a pledge to donate something, or offer like a little mini gift with something. It doesn't have to be necessarily lowering your prices. I think it's about engaging your customer and showing that you're listening and that you're true to your brand voice.
I think that is it. It's being true to your brand voice and being completely honest. For some businesses, joining the Black Friday madness is not the right thing to do, and that's okay as well.
In which case, you can use this time to educate your your team about, or your subscribers about who you are, what your values are, and why you don't take part. Because there will be people who really support that and welcome it. And those are your people.
Exactly. And it is a growing group of people, a growing movement of consumers, or maybe, I guess, more mindful consumers who don't just want to buy, but who would rather have relevant information, learn more about you and your company, and so on.
Absolutely. And this brings me nicely to our big up, because when we were preparing for this, we were thinking about campaigns that stuck out, and I said, oh my goodness, Patagonia did something last year, and it sort of had stuck in my mind. So Patagonia, who do clothing and have sort of an outdoor slant to it, quite a popular brand, had record-breaking Black Friday sales to benefit the planet. And they said that 100% of our global retail and online Black Friday sales are going directly to grassroots nonprofits working on the front lines to protect our air, water, and soil for future generations. We heard from many of our customers calling it a fundraiser, for Earth. And that is just bang on appropriate. Yeah. It is within their brand ethos. It really spoke really, really well to the customers. They were expecting to sell 2 million. They sold 10.
Yeah. And this is exactly what you've just said. It aligns with their values. It aligns with what they stand for throughout the year. It's not a gimmick. It's not oh, look at us, we're doing something for charity. It totally fits with the brand.
Exactly. So that's why we've given it the thumbs up. And we were scouring our inboxes, and we will actually do that as well in the lead up to this Black Friday. So we'll have lots of examples probably on our Notion board as well. And then we'll get back in touch with you guys, and we'll show you. And please also share with us really good campaigns you see. We would love to have more big ups.
Absolutely. And yeah, we want to see the best Black Friday examples that you've got out there. So come on over to Twitter and share them with us.
Yes.
Hey Sarah,
Yeah.
shall we do a quick fire?
Okay, I'm all ready. Is Bramble ready? Has she got her paw on the buzzer?
Bramble is currently asleep behind me, which I think is as ready as she will be.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
So
right.
Yeah, we've got two topics. Basically, we've got two prompts to just quickly get us talking about some stuff in relation to Black Friday, Cyber Monday week.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First up,
ready?
Campaign ideas.
Campaign ideas. Right. You go first.
I go first. Okay, awesome. So I actually think something that I feel like people are not jumping on enough in their Black Friday campaigns is the fact that loads of people use this as their Christmas or holiday pre-shopping. So if I was a business, one of the campaigns I'd run is focus on that. Get your shopping in now. Add an extended return policy so that they could return it all the way up to the end of January, something like that. And basically get those holiday shoppers in.
Get them in, exactly. Yeah. For me, I think wish lists are underutilized. If you have a wish list function, why not invite your customers to fill up their wish list and then send out alerts based on what is on offer in their wish list? And then if not everything is on offer in their wish list and they have bought some items, say, you know what, here's a 5% off for the remaining or for to help you with your Christmas shopping. You can use this on anything else in your wish list, and then with some dynamic content, you can draw in items that are on their wish list.
So basically, just hyper personalized
the offers, yeah, and make use of your features. Right, as soon as people are there looking through your site, they will be tempted. They will be. There is always that temptation. Oh, I'm just going to get that now. Why not do that and be really helpful? I think for me, the campaigns that works the best is being really helpful, making it really easy. That means if you have a wish list feature, like I would say test your campaigns beginning to end, ensure that it works really well so that you can work together as a team, and marketing will have to work with lots of the other teams to bring those campaign ideas to fruition, but also to guarantee conversions, right? If there is something, if there is a conversion hole in your website, find it, fix it, and then press the button.
I love that. That is a great idea. Oh, all right. Well, all there you go. That's a couple of presents for you there. And finally then, what not to do.
What not to do? Okay, I think I will start. Yeah. Don't start your campaign a week before Black Friday and Cyber Week on Cyber Monday. Like, don't do that, or less even. Don't just do one email. It's not going to go well. If in the past that is what you've done and you've said, Black Friday doesn't work for us, that's because you haven't worked it smart. Because I'm all about working smarter, not harder. I'm long-term lazy. If I right now can prepare something and spend that wee bit more of time on something, I guaranteed will, because it'll save me time down the line, and I'm all about that.
I am long-term lazy. I love it.
Long-term lazy. Be long-term lazy. Don't start at last minute.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to jump in and say, please do not forget about segmentation and personalization. It's been threaded throughout this whole episode, but forgetting about segmentation is like just pushing one of your products or one of your services like a flyer method, just throwing something at the wall and see what will stick.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Think about the different audience you have, and very simply, actually turning it around for the business. Think about the products or the services you have. Who are they relevant for? Share it with them.
And don't isolate your channels. We had a mega piece about this at the very beginning. Do not, under any circumstances, only use one channel. You have channels. If you think you don't, think about it a little bit longer. and then and then, you know, find ways. There will be ways. If there is a newsletter list you haven't emailed because, you know, we're all really busy, warm them up now. Send some re-engagement emails, prepare your channels, dust them off, and then find a way to continue them after Black Friday to engage them in a sustainable way. That means sustainable for you and your team. That doesn't mean just because your competitor does 3 tweets a day, but you only have time to maybe schedule one. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be scheduling it. It can still go on, and don't measure yourself on other people's channels, but just see what works for you and your team and slowly build it up if you can.
And actually, I'm just going to jump on that, Sarah, because
yeah, please.
The channels can help each other. If you have an e-commerce store, you have your customer data, you can see when people last bought. So if you have repeat buyers, but they've not bought for 6 months, try and create, you know, a social audience that you could promote ads to. And equally the other way around, if people come through social media and then don't see any of the messaging reflected on your website, it will confuse them. So yeah, just to reiterate, definitely do not isolate your channels.
And also the other thing is, don't just send blanket emails. The segmentation part, I just wanted to sort of loop back on. There's nothing more irritating than getting an email that is unspecific to you, because I'm not going to read it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. And in the same lines, yeah.
No, go for it.
No, you crack on. You were going to say something, so.
Oh, I was just going to say there's certainly at least one major brand, great story, right? There's certainly several people, department stores, that's the word I was looking for, who just send blanket emails. I don't care about your, like, I don't want to buy your men's suit. I don't.
Do you not have needs for that?
I don't have any needs for that. You know, and the same, but it could be the same with. So it's actually, I think it's Adidas who do it really well. They really segment how they email you based on products you bought. So if you've bought running gear, they will target you with running emails rather than with hiking or something else.
Absolutely. And then the last thing is, please don't be too serious.
Yeah, don't be too serious. We're all like, it's been a big old couple of years.
Yeah.
Don't take yourself too serious. Just have a little fun.
And also, even if your brand is really serious, right? There's still ways you can have fun. Just because you are about a really serious matter doesn't mean that you can, within your brand, find a more humorous side and sort of lean into that a little, loosen up a little, and just find that, because I think sometimes we're scared to diversify our voices, but brands have diverse voices because diverse people work for them, right? So show that, and make sure that that those values, that your brand voice is just aligned across all channels. And if it's not right now, that's something to work towards. And if by Black Friday you're there across all channels, that is an achievement to celebrate. Brilliant. I think we've run out of things to say. Well, we haven't, let's face it.
But we haven't.
we are trying really hard to keep to a reasonable length of rambling on, and I think we have reached our final stage of rambling for this one.
For this one, at least. But we'll be back with another episode of rambling.
Absolutely, we can guarantee that. So you can find any of our show notes on inboxheroes.com. You can find us on social media. And please do let us know of any really good Black Friday campaigns or campaign ideas you've had. We want to hear, we want to share. And I think the last thing to say is bye.
Bye.